2026.
I don't know where I am, eh?
I feel like New Year. Same old me, but also not.
I feel like I just floated into the new year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Like I don't.
I think it's not. I know it's because where I landed at the end of last year
Yeah, it's that.
It
was in a good space.
you know what happens in my life on the
Yeah.
daily, right? So I think that, and that's so wonderful because I feel like that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into that,
Who are
Happy
we?
New Year, everybody!
Oh, yes, Happy New Year.
It's the first time I'm seeing Shaina in 2026, which is
a while.
a while. It's
But no, you were living your best life.
I was
I saw.
absolutely.
It was amazing.
Even though my back is. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, Happy New Year. Now, who are we?
Who are we? The Skanabeka. And we are recording season 4, Wild to Me.
Some series don't even last 2 seasons, bruh.
Netflix be cancelling after 1 season, but we are still here.
Okay, but also, we are in full control of how many seasons.
Okay, that's also true. And the budget is 0.
Yeah, and if you had to rate us on Rotten Tomatoes, now what would you rate us?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Like-
I don't know what the podcast
Yeah, I also
equivalent to
don't
that
know.
is.
But don't give us like the lettuce. Like, I wanted to see a tomato at least.
I want a full salad.
Yes. So, as always, I don't even.
We're gonna go. No.
Our message has to change. We cannot be saying we're here to talk cuck anymore.
Because I feel like we've been dropping some.
Yeah, so we
Serious
have
pause
to
here.
talk, as always, and laugh. Yes,
Definitely.
definitely to laugh.
Mostly at ourselves,
Yeah.
I feel.
But yeah, I feel like the talk cuck part, we'll come up with a new,
Yeah. Maybe you can tell us what you
a
think.
new slogan or one-liner of what we think this podcast has grown into, because I do think from where we started to where we are now, that's not to say that we haven't covered really insightful topics, but I do feel the kakpraat is minder.
No, definitely. I think that it was the delivery of the things that we were talking about that made it. Okay, wait, we were talking cuck in the beginning. We were talking wild cuck.
Yeah, we were talking
We must
about-
remove that from the internet, but
because the internet is forever.
God. Okay, what are we talking about
So
today?
today we are talking about getting ourselves back to factory settings. And Nab, Shayna, what are you talking about?
Even me, I was like, okay.
So and by factory settings we mean the version of you that existed before your nervous system took over.
Now, the thing about this nervous system story, right? It took me a long while to accept that my nervous system was in control, yeah.
No, absolutely, because if we go like one step deeper, who are you without survival mode,
Coping mechanisms.
without your coping mechanisms, without your trauma, without your triggers? Like, what part of you is like actual personality, and what of you is like reactionary to things?
Which parts of you, right? So what are we saying here? So your default settings versus your factory settings. So factory settings is when you think of your phone, like somebody says to me, reset your phone to your factory setting. I'm like, nah, you mal.
Are you mad? I'm gonna lose everything.
My phone is customized to me.
me,
So if you think about your life, how have you now either developed or developed coping mechanisms to help you through your life, right?
Yeah.
So that would be now has become your default settings versus your factory settings, which is what you started off with.
Yes.
Now, I think it's a bit too mild to think about, who was I before all of this happened, because it had started happening
Like from childhood.
Exactly.
And also, we can't get rid of everything, because some of the stuff that you acquire is healthy and it is very much needed
Necessary.
for you to function as a person.
And aside from that also, and I think this brings this in, this idea that, when we think about healing, we need to fix ourselves, be better. But maybe it's not fixing ourselves, because I wouldn't like to think of myself as broken.
Yes.
Instead, it is me finding my way back to a version of myself
Yes.
that exists without thinking, without those coping mechanisms taking over immediately.
Yes. So, I mean, I think both of us, or like, I think one of our coping mechanisms or survival tactic that we both developed is our independence. But sometimes that can go into hyper independence. I know I'm hyper independent, and I think it's a flex, or used to think it's a flex.
No, totally.
So
Same.
now you think it's a flex, like, oh no, I can do everything myself. But the burden of that, the heaviness of that, imagine going through life and thinking there's no one that can do anything for you. That means you're saying you're alone.
No, sure. I know this life because I live this life. And I won't say I lived this life because I still do tend to believe that there are certain things that nobody else can do better than me. So I have to do it myself. So this idea, this hyper independence, and exactly like you said, we've talked about it before, where we felt that this independence that we have is a flex. Right? I'm very proud of the fact that I can do things on my own. But when I choose to do hard things on my own and struggle through them versus actually asking for help, that's problematic. And then so when I think about it, right, so say for instance the people in my life, the people I love, my friends, my family, I think that they don't sometimes think they need to offer help because I'm always doing things for on my own. So and then I can also be thinking, nobody ever offers to help me.
Yeah, but you always present so strongly
exactly
that you never show a single crack. So why? And you never talk about it. So why would they ever think you're in need if you don't open up and if you don't ever speak about it?
Yeah, and it's about creating that space. And I think we're moving into different talking points here, but it's fine. So let's just come back to these default settings.
So these are the default settings. So being independent is one of the default settings where being independent, you became independent because dependence didn't feel safe.
Yeah,
and that's valid.
And I think in our community, growing up, depending on where you're the first, second born, whatever, each child has a different role within a family. And I ended up being the eldest living child, I would say. So I then became so independent because I didn't want to burden my parents with any of my I'll be okay, don't worry about me. And at that point it was a flex, but it moved into me when I moved with me into young adulthood, when I got married, when I became a mother, and and
then it's like it becomes part of your personality.
Absolutely. Like you wanna be less independent, fuck that, I don't want to be like that. Okay.
We're just gonna go through some of these other settings. Being low maintenance. I also like, that also is a flex of mine. I'm so low maintenance,
I'm so easy,
like I'm so easy.
You're
but
so dumb.
Actually it means you never learned not to ask, so you don't ask for things,
or when you ask it was too much.
Yes.
For whoever you were asking from.
Or maybe they really just weren't able to, so then you...
Which is fine. So this is the thing also, right? So when you say they didn't have the capacity.
Exactly.
Okay, but you don't have that understanding at that point.
Yeah.
Right? So you were a young child asking for affection from your mother who's not affectionate. Now I understand she didn't have the capacity. It may have been she was too tired after work, there was no time for that, and she thought by making sure that I had school shoes and clean school socks, that was her way of loving me. Right? But I needed a hug. So the inner child in me is still yearning for the hug from my mother and does not completely understand that she didn't have the capacity to give it to me at that time. And that is the trauma that we carry. And now with the understanding and insight of what capacity is, we can then go back and say, that happened and we felt that way, but this is why it
Yeah.
happened. So there's better understanding, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I went off on that tangent.
No, it's fine.
now.
Also being strong. Ooh, I love being strong. Ooh, I'm so strong.
Do you know that? And I've said this before. When people tell me I'm strong, then the only thought I have in my head is, how you big, I don't want to be strong.
Also
The only strong I want to be is strong in the gym.
in the gym.
At the-
After a while, when people tell me I'm strong, I'm like, but I really don't want
and you're
to.
so
though.
resilient.
I really don't want to be strong. It's exhausting. It's all encompassing. Like I'm tired. I'm tired now. I'm tired of being strong. But also some of that I have to take accountability because I never showed them anything else. Like what I only ever showed them strength. So how were they to know
And it's not
that
what
that's
you want.
not what was
Yeah.
happening on the inside. On the inside I was like I was struggling.
And when these coping mechanisms become your personality, like it did
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
I'm so independent. I'm so strong.
Yeah.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
I'm so easygoing. I'm so low maintenance. No.
No. No. I want to ask. I want to feel vulnerable.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Mention the others.
And then it's also before you realize certain parts of you weren't always welcome, and before you learned how to shrink, perform, or harden. Oh, I definitely in my marriage, I definitely shrunk myself. And after my marriage, my divorce, I definitely hardened myself. And I was hard for a long time. And that because I was hard for so long, people forgot that there was a softer version of me. And they only knew the hard version of me. So then that just became my personality. Oh yeah, Shayna's just like that. That's just how she is.
I'm not gonna lie, right? When I first met you, you were so cold. You were so cold, and I thought, yo, what's wrong with this girl, bro? Now I'm gonna force you to like me. That's that's not even a coping mechanism. Maybe it is. I want people to like me, but I do think it's part of my personality. And I will force.
No, but I was hard nerves. Like
You were so.
Like,
you were borderline nasty, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna admit it. Like,
And I remember as I started to get to know you, and you actually opened up to me. So it wasn't
because I never felt safe. For me, like being safe was scary.
and it was never about me.
No,
it was about
yes.
your journey to allow yourself to trust this new
Trust.
person.
And I'm like, I will only be vulnerable if I feel safe. And I'm like,
Yes.
if I don't feel safe, then you're gonna see a hard version of me.
Yeah.
That honestly scares me too. Like,
And that was your default.
and that was my default.
And what I wanted to say is we must remember that these coping mechanisms, they are there because we felt unsafe.
Yes.
So we needed to develop ways to make ourselves feel safe.
Yeah.
So by being cold, by being strong and independent, we are protecting ourselves from getting hurt in any
it's a
way.
protection mechanism.
So I think that's so important to remember, especially when, no, I don't want to be like this. And I say that a lot. I don't want to be strong. But I must then remember with kindness and gentleness that the reason I'm like that is because there was once upon a time a story where I felt I was like that and I got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? So just reframing that. So
Just
you can show
give
yourself
give yourself some
softness.
grace, because you also do want to protect yourself, and there's nothing wrong with you wanting to protect yourself. Like it's human. And then the last point is you do things that's not in your nature, but you're doing it to keep the peace. So you accept things to keep the peace.
No more. Listen, I don't think I I think I was the opposite, where I learned that I must make myself loud and heard, no matter how I said it, no matter what I said. The delivery didn't matter. You must fucking know what I'm saying. Do you fucking understand me?
Okay.
And don't take me for a... Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
And people were scared of me.
But that could also just be you another
That-
way to protect
So
yourself.
that's the complete opposite
Oh, yeah.
of what you just mentioned.
But maybe that was a way for you to keep peace within yourself. Never mind
Yeah.
peace outside
I
of
wouldn't even
you.
say peace, because that was not a peaceful feeling.
Oh, you were at war.
I was at war with myself, but I felt like I was that trait
Yes.
was my soldier protecting me. Do you know, like when they say that anger is hurt's bachi,
Okay.
right?
So you okay?
Yeah.
So you were wearing.
I was
the
angry.
you were wearing the
I was angry
bachi.
for a very long
You were
time.
rocking that bachi.
It was kakot, but I was wearing it.
So now you just have to. So the question to you, the listener, the viewer, however you consuming this content, if you weren't coping and doing all of these things we just listed, who would you be? And I think that is something for you to just reflect on after the episode. Like, honestly, I would actually just write that question down and journal about it later.
Yeah. Think about, because I did it. I thought about, okay, so what are my default settings and why are they my default settings? And then I started referring to them as coping mechanisms, and why do I feel these coping mechanisms are necessary? And like Shaina said earlier, they are necessary. There are certain instances where you
still
need those.
them.
You need them, right? So they're not all negative.
Yes.
It is, have they become part of your
So we're not
personality?
saying don't
Get
go,
rid of them.
Get rid of them. You don't have
Yeah.
to delete them, because I mean we don't want to put you in a situation where maybe people are overstepping boundaries and you maybe need to put on the bachi to protect yourself for a certain period of time. But you need to maybe stop confusing them with your identity.
I think, if we do an episode and there's research and we listen to things and read about things, I learn so much, right? And a lot of the time I'm listening to people on Instagram, on wherever I'm consuming or however I'm consuming this, I think to myself, yeah, don't kak, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you big or are you mad? That doesn't make sense in my life.
Yes.
So we must have the ability to say, yo, why is Nabila and Nabs talking? Nabila and Nabs, me and me. Why is Nabs and China talking so much kak?
What's your soldier?
You know, me and my bachi. But I think the point is, right, coping mechanisms are definitely necessary, and they were put there for a reason. But the first step for me was identifying what my coping mechanisms are and how do I separate them from who I am.
Yes.
Like that question, who are you without the coping mechanisms? Do you even know this person still?
Because the past 6 months for me, because obviously as you mature, grow, you experience new things, I'm growing. I don't want to say regressing, because that sounds like a bad thing, but I'm growing into an older version of myself.
Benjamin Button.
Before the hurt.
Yes. My back.
So before Nabs is struggling, guys. She's just in a bit of pain, but she's fine. We're coping. So I'm remembering this older version of myself that was way more softer and more open.
Look, you just must speak soft now.
And I'm like, I remember this girl.
Yeah.
I remember her.
And I remember you always saying to me, and you would cry when you talk about it, how you lost this version of yourself because of life.
Yes.
Right? And you would cry as if you were mourning, grieving
An
this
actual person.
Yes.
Like a separate person from me. Like
Yes.
it was
completely
completely
detached.
different. Okay, guys, I don't know if you ever watched the movie The Substance. Go watch it. Please watch The Substance.
Oof. That's a bit cheap.
I know it's, but watch The Substance. But like, you detach. I just felt like it was a separate person from me. And now I see glimpses of her, and I'm like, oh, you actually weren't
Eradicated.
You are there. It's just like very repressed, and we're bringing her back. Let's move on to talking.
She feels safe.
She feels safe. Oh, she feels very safe.
Okay.
So we're going to move on to talking point 2, because you almost like some prati. Survival mode versus selfhood. And what leads to survival mode? Okay. So obviously, I mean, I feel like we don't even need to say this, but we're going to say it. Trauma, emotional pressure, whether it's your parents, your siblings, romantic partners, friends even, cultural expectation. We know,
Big one.
We know the
Big one
we
for
know
me.
the heaviness of cultural expectation, whether it's societal, community, marriage, and then like, you know, you must have children by a certain age, or you must have hit these milestones by these ages. Like, you know, I know we don't have the thing of the American dream, but even within South Africa,
We have the Cape Town Muslim
the
dream.
Cape Town Muslim dream is like, now you get married and it's like, oh no, wanneer is die baby? And then you have a baby and it's like, no, wanneer is die tweede een? It's like it's never ending.
It's never ending. This never ending loop of external expectations, and you're not eating them. And when you are so in, what's the word, when you not engulfed in,
entrenched
in this community because you love it, it's hard to exist within it, because you don't fit the mold. You don't. When I think about the two of us, we are so different to other women our age who are married, who have married with kids and have husbands, and you know, things like that. So if that noise, the cultural expectation of me, on me, placed on me by whomever, actually bothered me, I would be scrambling a little bit.
And then there's the pressures of motherhood or parenthood.
Yo,
Are you
bro.
Are you doing it right? Are you scarring your kids?
And in our community, and I think about our parents, our mothers, I wouldn't say my mother used it as a flex, but I definitely saw it as such a strength that my mom works so hard and she this and she doesn't even have time for that and she doesn't have time for that. And maybe in today's life, when I look at mommy bloggers, not as much as before, but there are some who are completely consumed by motherhood, which is wonderful. But as with everything, you have to strike a balance, right?
Agreed.
But culturally, it's a flex because you're such a dedicated mother.
Even when you need to martyr yourself, basically. If your mother isn't martyring herself, if she isn't burning herself out in the pursuit of motherhood, then
She's a bad mother.
Then you're a bad mother.
And I mean, so being an amazing mother can look so different to that, man. And I think maybe that is the mindset shift that we need, where I'm taking care of myself so that I can lead by example here, that you are important when I think about my kids, kind of thing, right? Okay, what else?
So how does our nervous system actually respond to this? You stay alert, you stay ready. As I was ready for, so you never resting.
For a bots, maybe. I know people like this who cannot sit still.
They can't rest because it's like you gotta be on constant like.
No, but I know when I'm in that mode, because I'm literally laying in my bed, I'm thinking tomorrow when I wake up I must do this and then I must do that. Oh, but then I must still do that, so let me shift this over to that. And I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm not present in the moment. And it is exhausting as fuck.
Like my mother, bless her little heart, she cannot sit still because growing up, my grandmother sitting still means you're lazy.
So there you
So
go.
jy kan nooit rus nie because dan sy lay. But now when does the body rest?
I have a friend as well, and I love this girl. Sometimes I want to pick her up, wrap her in something, no, like bubble wrap, and she must just lay there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's not a moment where her mind is clear and she's thinking about something that brings her joy.
Yeah.
Only her, not for her kids, not for her husband,
Not in service of anyone.
not in service of anyone but herself. And that is definitely seen as Masa is a baie goeie man, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not for 1 minute saying that she's not, but because it is perceived in that way, there's no reason for her to sit back and think,
Yeah. And then we mistake, so we all these coping mechanisms, we mistake it for, but that's just how I am. Is it though? is it just how you are?
For
Like,
a long time, I thought that's just how I am.
oh wait, I work best under pressure.
Yeah,
I used to believe that one.
Yeah.
I used to leave things until the last minute because I convinced myself I work better under pressure. But then sometimes I give myself time to do things, and then I discovered, oh, I actually work better if I give myself time to do it. Because I actually have time. My mind is still, my body is calm. I actually did not function better under pressure.
Do you know, I'm thinking back to what I said earlier in terms of we're not fixing ourselves. Look, you can look at it like that. You want to fix something that you think you can do better on, optimize, maybe enhance, I don't know. But like Shaina said as well, going back to a version of yourself where these modes were not completely in control. But the sense of urgency that these modes create, man.
Yeah.
Like, your tea is now belangrik. I must do this thing now, and if I don't, because if you don't, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
Think about it, man. What's gonna happen?
What's really gonna happen? That's
Now,
what I always say.
you're gonna
Like,
be
like, what are we trying to do?
yeah, even at work, I tell you, something will come in, and everybody's like, oh, now we must respond immediately, and we like, no,
Relax.
okay,
Guys,
everything's okay.
we have to learn how to relax because we've gotten into this. We just don't know how to relax, and we have to learn that not everything is urgent. Things will get done when that gets done.
Exactly, and it's not to say that it's not nonchalant.
Yeah, we're
like
not
the
saying
kids.
that, yeah.
It's not that.
Yeah, it's not.
It is literally taking a step back and then allowing yourself to process whatever it is you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then say, okay, cool. So this is what we're going to do.
Yes.
You know, there's so much power in that.
Yeah.
So much power
So what
in it.
is self-food, and what are we saying? What do we need to do?
I just want to talk about, before we go into
Yes.
that, right? The things that we lose when we in survival mode.
Okay.
When we in a kind of mode. So you give way to your desires, your intuition, your choice, everything that comes from here, right, is replaced with the sense of urgency.
Yes.
Like, danger, be alert, no, I must do this now, I must do
And
this now.
then you might end up making like big life mistakes because you're not actually thinking clearly.
Like, what is leading your choice? What is guiding your choices here? You know, when you find yourself in a situation and you're like, yo, fuck, I don't know what to do right now. It's actually okay that you don't know right now what you
Yeah.
need to do.
No, absolutely.
It's more than okay.
Oh, no, yeah, the
It's
minute-
actually better, because then if you now are going to act out from this default setting, you're gonna react.
yeah.
But if you go back to your selfhood and you ask yourself the questions here: what choices am I making? Why am I making that? What happens if I do this? Where's this? Sometimes I think, so I get sad, right? I get really sad, remember? I like to be sad, I think. It's like, it's a unlucky, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sad. And then I think to myself, where am I feeling the sadness? Because it literally sits in my body. And when it's here, it's the worst for me.
Yes.
I don't mind it in my chest,
I also
actually.
don't mind it in
But
my
when
chest.
it's here, it literally says to me that you are sad because there are so many things you have not said that you want to say that is stuck, my bro.
Oh, that hits. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's bad. So when it sits there, I'm really even more sad that it's sitting
Yeah,
there.
because now you know you can acknowledge that there are things that you need to release out into the wild. So selfhood lives under survival, and what does it look like? We need to be quieter and slower and less reactive. It doesn't shout at words. Everything that Bella just said. Okay, there is enough time for everything. And your survival mode is gonna want to silence that every single time. Survival mode is gonna talk.
You're out of it.
Yeah, your survival mode is really just fear wanting to silence your intuition.
Oof. Do you know, I'm thinking of an example of when I put this into action, and it was last year, maybe the year before now, because you're in 2026 apparently, when we did our performance reviews. And I sat with myself and I thought, I'm not going to betray myself here and keep quiet about something that is really bothering me. I'm not going to do that. So how do I best do this in a way that will not jeopardize my job and not hurt somebody else's feelings?
Yes.
And I remember it was during the fast. And during the fast, I am untouchable, maybe. No? And I was doing the performance review, and when it came to the point where, is there anything that you want to highlight after every section, I highlighted it, and I spoke eloquently and confidently, and because it was truth to me, you know. It was not hurtful. It was not, the intent was not to make the other person feel cuck. I just need to say this because it's important to me. So I think when you go back again, like we said, to the intuition, let that guide you. And I think we're so scared to let our intuition guide us because it's in our body.
But
and
you need
not
to,
so much in your
but
mind.
That's why you need to slow down and quiet everything down, so you can actually hear that inner voice inside of you speak to you and through you.
And not the noise that this survival mode creates, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
And then I'm just looking at our talking points, and we actually covered a lot of stuff. So I just want to skip to the one thing that we haven't covered is on the cultural expectations. And I don't think it only applies to cultural.
There's a family of lies here, remember?
It doesn't only apply to cultural expectations, but this thing of constantly being told to be grateful and not complain and keep going. Now, I'm not saying don't practice gratitude, because obviously practice gratitude.
I think that must be an obvious thing, man. I think so. Don't even preface it with don't practice gratitude, because you must. If you are not, then this is why you are constantly feeling as if your life is cuck. Because if you practice gratitude, you will recognize your blessings
but every day. But in the context that we are meaning it is when you do have feelings about something and people silence you and say, but you're nog grateful wees jy
could have been so much worse. Sure. But right now, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with whatever's happening here.
Just keep going, keep pushing, don't complain. Other people have it worse off. At least you still have XYZ. Minimizing your struggle, minimizing your feelings, what you're going through. And I feel like that's
the cultural thing.
Part of the cultural thing that we need to.
So culturally, we've been told that, you know, nee, just okay, gaan maak toe aan dat jy gaan right wees and whatever, which is cool. Those are our beliefs. Those are the,
and there is power in prayer. It does bring comfort.
Absolutely, 100,000%. But you're doing the necessary, right? And you still feel some kind of way. That is okay. That is being a human being. Okay. So cultural expectations is a big one.
It actually is. That's a really big one. We can put a pin in that for season 5 because I'm not strong enough to touch that. Let's take a short break before we move on to talking point 3.
Only number 3?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what are the signs that you are still in survival mode? We already spoke about hyper independence. You'd rather struggle than ask for help.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Fuck me, no.
We need to cut that out. And maybe, I don't know what people's personal circumstances are. Maybe you don't have some, I don't know.
This comes up a lot in romantic situations, especially when the female is this hyper independent person. Somebody said something the other day and I was floored. Not like I didn't know it, but to hear it, it was like, oof. Men want to feel useful. And I think by being this hyper independent person, for me, I've taken that away in my romantic situations.
Yes.
Um,
In my last relationship,
You were the man. You were the man.
Yo, I was wearing all the pants, guys.
You're
I
the
was
mangas, the shorts,
I was wearing all the pants.
the onis. You're hurt. And people say auntie. What the fuck is that?
What is that? Can we cut that out for 2026? Please.
Anyway,
Stop it.
immediately.
So I feel like I'm getting better at the hyper independence.
No, sure. And let me just tell you the story, right? So today's a Sunday. I hurt my back on Wednesday. I've literally been laying in my bed and my family have been taking care of me.
Beautiful.
And at first I was like, oh my God, I can't do anything for myself. I'm such a burden. I really want this now. I need this. But I didn't even have to ask. They were here. Do you need anything? Do you want anything? I didn't feel anything asking when they were not asking if I needed anything, you know?
Yeah.
Because I also thought of myself and the way I would behave if somebody I love needed my help. It's an honor, a privilege.
Also, I think you could potentially be hurting your loved one's feelings by making the assumption that they are incapable of helping you.
Absolutely. You're taking, so when you display this strength and independence and whatever, you must remember that you're filling a space that a loved one wants to fill as well. So you're taking away some of their space.
Yeah.
So if you can't think of it as, if you think not being strong is equates to you being weak, which it does not in this instance, grammatically yes, but you know what I'm saying. Remember that you're opening a space for somebody else to step into and love you.
Exactly. Because I wouldn't want any of my loved ones to think that, I don't want them to think that I think
They can't.
that they can't.
They're incapable.
That they can't do anything for me. Nah.
Like, you do stuff for me,
Dink jy
bro.
dink jy so man van ons?
Like, nah.
Nah, I can't do them like that.
Okay.
Over explaining yourself.
I think you are guilty of this. Let me call you out there.
Yeah, nah, girl, this is always
Let me call you out. And I think it is because
But
you...
let's say why the over. Let's give the reason and then you can
But
call me
let
out.
me first say why I think you do it. And then you tell me, because I forgot.
Okay, so the reason.
No, let me first tell you.
Okay.
This
I wasn't gonna do that. I was just gonna say why it's on here, but
Okay. So, what we're talking about?
over explaining.
Over-explaining. So, over-explain. I feel like you will over-explain when you want the other person to understand that it's not anything to do with them.
Yes.
You're just telling them because this happened and that happened and
Yes.
and it's so much detail, my bro. Like I've told you before, we'll be in a meeting, then I think, oh, you big, my bro. You don't need to waste them. You don't need to waste them everything. Just relax.
Okay.
They've already accepted the no.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So what does it stem from?
In the work context, I'll tell you why in the work context I will over explain. And only because I like transparency. That's
Understood.
literally the only reason.
Yeah.
I just like, I want everyone to know everything. Klar.
Okay.
That's the only reason. There isn't any. That's really just it. I just like transparency in the workplace. So now now you know all my cards on the table. You share what you got, and now everyone knows what's going on. That's the only in the workplace. I don't know in personal.
In personal, no, because I mean, I work with you, so that's where I see it in
Because
action.
I come from a very corporate environment, and corporate
Yes.
was very backstabby, and I didn't like that. I mean, I didn't survive in corporate. Well, I mean, I could have survived, but I didn't want to.
You didn't want to be there
I didn't
because
want to
of
be there
things
because
like
of
that.
because of things like that. And I'm like, when I go anywhere, I'm just not gonna be like that.
And look, we work in the NGO sector, but we work with corporates.
Yes.
So I get it. I understand. I just don't like it.
Okay, that's fair. But so we're not talking about work here. So we're talking about in our personal relationships, romantic relationships.
Do you feel that you do that ever in your personal relationships?
No, I just say no.
Okay. Yeah, when I feel like maybe somebody's stepping into the
Ek sê dit nee.
no, I can't do this and I can't do that. Then I'm thinking to myself, oh, you pick, I don't
Yes,
care.
I
my
don't
bro.
care.
I don't care. You don't want to tell her, it's fine. Because I'm not going to explain to you, now I can't go because you know what happened to me the other day. Then I already think, you're lying. You're a liar.
The reason why we over-explain is because no feels unsafe without justification. But that's wild to me. Safe without justification.
No feels unsafe.
I mean, yeah, it feels unsafe.
Yeah, because you think that the other person is thinking, "Chali."
But I don't get it mentally.
No, I do. I think you're lying. No, not
but
when you say no. When you say no, because there's
It's giving too much detail.
It's
You're
giving-
trying to cover your tracks.
it's giving. This is a fabrication of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, be big, man. Just say no, thank you. Full stop.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like asking me for my money and my time.
Mine is immediately for check.
Like money and time, it's just I don't have. I'm unavailable.
Yeah.
In discussion.
Oh, inshallah.
You know, jy moet maar vra boe, ek weet nie. Constant productivity, rest only feels earned.
Nah,
Nah, that's not me. That's
no,
not me.
I'm resting. my
I'm
bro.
always resting.
Maybe I think when the girls were really young, but also it was because of what they needed from me at the time. They could do absolutely nothing for themselves. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer responsible for doing things like I don't have to brush their teeth and things like that, right? So those minor minuscule tasks that are quite tedious no longer exist in my life. So there's no reason for me to feel like resting needs to be earned by me.
Okay.
And I know that my body deserves rest. I
Absolutely.
deserve the rest. Like, you can be mentally exhausted and it manifests physically.
Absolutely.
So you need to rest. Salah.
Take a nap, please. Emotional numbness.
What did I say earlier?
You function, but you don't feel. Ooh.
So
I think I've been there.
I know that I can dip into this territory. Like right now, that's how I feel a little bit. But I feel very powerful in it. But I
Okay.
think that's my my mind playing tricks on me, really.
Okay.
Because I know beneath it, like,
Is it the fly? He goes like that.
oh my god! Where's the magnesium?
Where's the the paralyzed this one? He's acting out of pocket.
Peter, make him numb. Yo, sorry.
We can just numb this.
A few
I'll just wait. I got him. You go.
Okay. So, quieting your feelings. Quiet. Why are we like this? Quieting your feelings to protect yourself.
Okay, shit, sorry, I didn't
No.
have to cut this, I'm gonna leave it. Okay, quieting your feelings to protect yourself. Yes, you lie to yourself. You're lying. You liar. You're a liar. You're saying, no, it's fine. I don't care. You do care.
Yeah.
You
You
care.
actually care so much.
You
but
care.
You have to numb yourself.
Yeah. Jay's on anesthesia. You're on anesthetic. A paralytic.
Just chloroform. Amper.
You was gonna say something else. Okay. Move on.
Move on. Letting go of labels. So all that stuff, all that stuff we said in the beginning. So those we can give ourselves labels, like
Yeah.
almost like a superheroes.
You know, Shaina's so strong. I'm the fixer.
The
They
strong
literally call me MacGyver.
the strong one, the fixer. Okay. The responsible one. Oh, I was also the responsible one. The easy one. So all these labels, maybe there are other labels that you have in your life. I mean, I'm sure you know yourself fairly well. So
And that's why it's so easy for these things to become part of our personalities.
but
Or we think it
yes,
is. part
but
of our
remember,
personalities.
these are survival tools. They're not who you are at your core. It's not the essence of your being. Remember that. Or remind yourself of that.
Because what if the situation doesn't call for you to be strong? Then who are you?
Exactly.
Just not strong anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what if you...
There's nothing to
you
fix.
just
And maybe that's why your nervous system reacts when it's too calm. There's nothing to fix here.
I remember feeling... I don't want to go to a mental breakdown, but I remember just before I went into therapy, like in 2019, I entered a state of calm. There was nothing wrong happening in my life. Life was good. I just finished, I don't know, my second degree, or I don't know, like things were good. I went on an overseas trip and my life was...
You were thriving.
I was thriving. And it was too peaceful. It was too calm.
Were you waiting for that
other shoe to drop, and then I spiraled into anxiety and depression, and then I needed therapy and meds because my nervous system was so used to being in survival mode. When it started relaxing,
and fucking hyperactive, maybe
it was hyperactive. When my nervous system started relaxing, as my body was like, oh no,
you didn't recognize
my body didn't recognize this, and then
And I think sometimes when, like, I'll say you're asthmatic to be which toxic, and the reason I do that
is to keep that nervous system
in check.
Yes.
But I mean I know this about myself.
Yeah.
I don't always act on it. There are times when I do, but I'll have a conversation with myself, my baji, and Shaina, or whoever can best help me through whatever I'm dealing with. But I do recognize that when life is calm, you may feel like, is this the calm before the storm?
Like you feel like you can't actually really relax because
so I mean, I want to feel like this is how it should be. Like what were you saying, healthy relationships are boring. It's very boring. There is no drama here.
Yeah, because
we're not fighting.
Yeah, because your body was used to chaos. I mean, you only know chaos, so chaos feels safe.
Chaos feels right.
Yeah,
which is madness,
utter madness. So, letting go of these labels doesn't make you weak, like Nab said, and it gives you space to meet yourself where you are, unedited. And I feel like you're sort of like a blank canvas again.
And look here, this isn't going to happen overnight, man.
These are lifelong projects.
Yeah, and it's not about becoming Benjamin Button now and reversing time and looking into why am I like this. Why? Sometimes you don't have to, in my opinion, my humble opinion, you don't have to unpack all the trauma that made you who you are. The reason you don't remember is because you don't want to. But you recognize that I respond in this way when this happens, and I don't want to do that. I need to find a healthier way to do that. And peeling back the layers of labels of whatever expectations or all of those things is maybe the first step. But you don't have to do everything in one day, my God. And again, I think it's through lived experiences where you learn the most about yourself. Yeah. And you have to be aware, man. Come on. Okay. Right? The self-awareness. To say to yourself, am I acting from a place of fear? Am I diminishing parts of me here? Am I asking for what I want? Am I saying yes to please somebody else? What am I saying? You know?
So where do we go from here? Choosing yourself quietly. No more noise. No more chaos. No more buzzing in our heads. And also all this growth and healing that you're doing, it's not to prove anything to anyone. We're not out here to prove to this one that you're doing better. No, it's really for yourself. Other people will benefit from a better version of you, yes, but it's really for yourself. Because you don't want to be triggered every single time something happens. I mean, imagine you're like a walking trigger. You can't get
Some people are.
yeah.
I think we need those hand fans, maybe.
Yes, we someone can sponsor us there. So choose yourself. If your body is asking for rest and you know, like, listen to your body, rest if you need rest. If you want to pursue joy because something brings you joy, go pursue those things. Stay present in your body. Like, I feel like there's so many distractions, and we, other than the emotional numbness we took ourselves, we numb ourselves with so many other things, whether it's
Scrolling.
doom scrolling, doom scrolling, whether it's alcohol, edibles, other people.
Oh, I was just going to say, other people can
can-
literally be your vice.
Yes, other people can be a vice, but please don't use other people as a vice.
Because they are people.
That's nasty work. Come on, guys. We spoke about this. We don't do that. So, and then try to do small daily acts of self-trust. So saying no, practice. Maybe start small.
Do you know, I can't say no to Noora and Nel, my kids. I cannot say no. I will... And I'm
But even for
practi-
small, I think for small
no, I
things.
can't, China. I cannot. My back, my back is literally
Yeah.
broken. I'm going to have to go pick Nihal up at 9 o'clock this evening.
Okay,
Why
but-
couldn't I say no? Because, I mean, it's not like I'm saying no because I don't list. So
okay,
that
you're
is-
saying, okay, you're in pain and you're saying that
Yes.
ideally you would have not have wanted to do that.
But I'm
Not
more...
because you don't want to. You're more than happy to do that. It's just you are in pain.
So that's the first thing. So that's one thing for me. And it's deeper than that, where I'm always putting them before me, which as a mother, you actually can't help that,
Yeah.
But I must know when it's a healthy decision for me, because if I hurt my back more tonight, tomorrow I'm going to be screwed. And I can't go to work.
And I need you there.
Exactly. And I need to be there.
I mean, it's just one day and then you
Then I'm gonna leave
leave
again.
again.
And I have cabin fever, bruh. I have cabin fever.
I mean, we've been at home for like a month now,
But,
working from home.
Plus, I told you I haven't walked further than the lounge
Okay,
since Wednesday.
okay, it's almost like, oh, okay, not all. it's
I'm not
okay.
okay.
Okay, she's not
Okay.
okay, and she needs a gym.
I got the gym.
Make the idea for Nabila to
Please,
get
my
better, please.
can.
Slowing down, honoring what you need, because I think sometimes we don't honor what we need because we're so busy being hyper independent, servicing others,
Do you know, in this life,
not saying no.
in this world that we're currently in right now, I feel like there's such instant gratification, right?
Yes.
It's so easy, so everything is so accessible. So I find that when I dishonor myself, I'm gonna make the choice that gives me instant gratification but long-term pain. Do you know what I
Oh.
mean?
Oh, okay. Now I actually have a thing of I don't give myself instant gratification
Why?
because I don't know. Okay.
You're keeping the meat for last.
Yes. I like the feeling of I don't know if it's
Delayed
a,
gratification?
I like delayed gratification.
No, I mean, I it's not that I don't
because
enjoy.
I like that feeling.
Yeah,
The feeling is lekker when you wait for a ding.
it totally is. And I'm not saying that I can delay gratification.
I know you can.
I know I can, right? But I do feel that some of my choices are for the instant gratification because I want to feel like a now.
But I feel like that's also honoring your needs. I don't
Okay.
I don't think it's a
But
either
then-
or must choose. Sometimes you want the thing now, and if you can and you're not hurting anyone,
Now that's the thing, I hurt myself.
but is it okay? So 9 out of 10 times you instant gratifying.
No, I won't say that. Plus, it's also minor goeders.
Then like no.
Okay.
I feel like what we were saying, life's about balance. So if
Okay.
it's balanced, if some things are delayed and some things are instant, I don't think you're hurting anyone.
Okay, fine.
And I'm not saying that to make you feel better.
I know. But also, I don't know. Because I can do anything with a skill.
Okay, we give examples like choosing a healthy meal. Like, this is an easy example. Like, choosing a healthy meal.
Boring.
Very boring. But I know we also like to friet lekker. We'll eat a healthy meal, but I feel like if we smack to have a slice of cake afterwards, neither of us are going to say no.
No.
If we want dessert, we're going to have dessert.
But also, I mean, I think it's about, right? So where are you? Are you on a weight loss journey, for
Yeah.
instance, right? Which I'm not.
I'm also not.
I can friet the cake, maybe. Do
No.
you know what I mean? And it's not going to make me feel any kind of way. But if you are on a weight loss journey, then you have to find the balance that makes you feel comfortable. Yeah? Don't deny yourself, but also don't sabotage your journey.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not a fitness coach, but I don't think how constantly denying yourself something doesn't lead to binge eating.
I don't know. You can't say because we don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
We don't know.
Can the fitness coaches, can someone weigh in? Maybe we must get like some fitness.
No,
No,
I don't like. I don't like fitness people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, y'all are great, but
Yeah. Like
no.
that. We don't count calories over here. We really
I don't even know.
I don't even know what the calorie is. What's a calorie?
When you walk in the treadmill and they say calories, is that the same thing? And you're burning. Anyway.
So for the journal, for later, right? Because we're giving you guys homework. This is a new year, and I feel like we want to really delve deeper into being better people. So we're giving homework this year.
Yo.
I don't know. Maybe let's see if it sticks.
Let's see if we get any emails from our 5 listeners.
So, reflecting on your nervous system versus your true self, ask yourself, am I reacting or choosing? Does this feel urgent?
How do I know if I'm reacting or choosing?
Now you must not sit with your bookie and think.
Oh.
Jy moet nou sit en dink. You
Is
can't
this a
answer it.
reaction?
You can't just... I mean, if you have an answer, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so say for instance you ask me something and I say, no, you just... Sorry. Beep. No, that is... So, maybe... a reaction is immediate.
It's immediate.
Immediate. Whereas a thought through is you thought about it.
And even if, like, let's say the thing is happening in the moment, again, you don't have to decide anything there.
Immediately.
You can tell that person, look, things are heated right now. My emotions are heightened. Can we regroup? Can I get back to you? No one can force you to do anything.
2 things.
Yes.
I know this guy, right?
Yes.
And I'm a talker, he's a listener. And I would talk and I would talk and I would look at him and I would say, are you listening to me? And I go, you there? He's like,
But he was there.
yes, I'm listening.
Okay, he's listening. Okay.
And I think that was a skill that I definitely learned from him, to listen. Because he would listen intently,
Listen to understand.
not to
To
respond. So he would listen because he would then ask me things about it afterwards, you know. So when you, and I'm such a better listener now, where when I listen, I'm listening to you, and I have no desire to,
Yes.
you know what I mean.
Okay.
Then, so what is my point here?
We're reflecting.
Oh, the calmness. And even when I ask him about something, he never responds immediately.
I feel like we.
And at first, I was so offended. I was like,
That's
"This
so wild.
you know,
You don't.
you don't need to." And this world has taught us that we need to respond
Everything must happen
immediately.
like this.
You do not. There is no contract in any where I have to, where I don't, where it's rude for me to blue tick you. It's actually not rude. It's my expectation that you must respond immediately.
Yes.
I can't place that on you. I don't know what your capacity is at that point.
Also, but sometimes I might be just busy. Like maybe I saw a message come through and I'm like, oh wait, maybe it's like really urgent. But now I read it.
And that's a perfect example,
At
right?
least now you want blue tick, but fuck, I'm really in the middle of something.
I can't unread you now, right?
Yeah.
And that's an example of are you going to respond at a mode, a default setting, or are you going to come back to yourself and say, listen, this person's busy, man.
Yeah. And because sometimes I might be so busy in that moment that I can't even say busy right now, chat later.
Yes.
Because you don't know what's happening right now.
For sure.
Because
For
I
sure.
have had instances where I'm like, damn it, I shouldn't have read it because now they're going to think I'm just ignoring them. But then I'm like, you know what, that person can actually, they must handle their
They must
emotions.
handle the emotions, yeah.
That's really, they must go do their own work. And then,
Yeah.
does this feel urgent even when nothing is at risk?
Nothing is urgent when nothing is at risk.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know.
I mean, does this feel urgent when nothing is at risk?
If you're not risking anything, why is
nothing
it
is
urgent?
urgent. Okay.
Okay, but I want to say, right, because I am big on communication,
Mm.
and I'm not talking about the ability to articulate your feelings and your thoughts and all of those things. I'm talking about you and I had a meeting today at this time.
Mm.
If you were running late, I would expect a message from you.
Yes.
You were not late. Don't
Yes.
think about it. I was just so I didn't feel that my anxiety wasn't saying to me, it's 5 to 3, she's not yet here, must I message her? My regulated nervous system was saying, if she was going to be late, she would let me know. And even if she is 5 minutes late, that's okay. So I'm managing myself
Yeah.
so that whatever's happening on your side, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
You know?
I was here 1 minute before the time.
Yeah, she's always early. I'm always late.
And if I am late, then I'll be like, yo, Navs, I'm so busy with my hair, or I'm doing
Yeah.
something.
I never check where the mentor are because I'm always late. So, I mean, whatever. Yeah?
And then, am I trying to manage someone else's perception? Because, you see?
You see, but now, say for instance, you're the one who blue ticked me, no? And the initial thought is, shit, I read this message, this person's going to think I'm ignoring them. Right? So that's your...
I'm not already worried about what someone might or might not be thinking.
So that's a nervous system response. But you retract it immediately, or you sit with it for a second and think, this is the truth. Nothing changes the truth. So when the time comes, and if this is even what this other person was thinking, this is what I will say. And that whole situation is then managed and you move on with your day.
Because imagine that person doesn't care at all. Then you having a conniption on the side for no reason.
For no reason. But I do feel that if in a romantic situation, and you know you have an anxious partner, that's all okay. But the minute you have a moment, what is your responsibility?
I will be like, okay, I had a minute to message, I'm letting you know I saw, I'll respond later, or whatever.
Exactly. Whatever it is. Because that is not you taking on the responsibility of another person, regulating another person. It is you rather showing grace.
Yeah, yes, and reassurance.
And that's the
we
difference.
care. We
Yeah,
caring people.
because I used to think, no, I'm just like this, and I will just say whatever I want to say. Da 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 da. That is fucking bullshit. Especially when you think when you're in a relationship with somebody who you care about. So why would you want to be this bull? I'm like a bull, my bro. It's I'm wearing a red. Why do I have a bull in
Because we Taurus. Am I moving from fear, guilt, or scarcity?
That's what we didn't talk about: emotional and financial scarcity, and how that makes you behave. Oh fuck, we're gonna have to talk about it again. Yeah.
Or from clarity, rest, or and preference?
Preference so important.
Yeah.
Clarity, holy shit. And to gain clarity is not like, okay, that's clear to me now, I understand. Clarity is gained through understanding. So, and the only way I can understand you is if we have a conversation, if we talk about shit, right? So, okay.
And also, again, if you're not well rested, you are not making sound like.
Do you know, this isn't a
decisions.
joke, eh? Mothers have killed their children because of sleep deprivation.
If you are not well rested, you are making bad life decisions. Like you can't be making good life choices.
You don't understand how.
Go sleep immediately after watching or
Go
listening to
nap,
this.
me, bro.
Go sleep.
Take that nap. You deserve the rest.
And I think this one, which I think is the last point, and it's very important, and I think the two of us are very good with this. Can I sit with discomfort without fixing it?
Somebody told me that discomfort is not wrong.
sitting in discomfort has helped me so much.
Absolutely.
The day I learned to just sit in discomfort.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that something's wrong. It doesn't mean that, oh my God, this isn't okay. I need to change this. Because that's your initial feeling or thought that. So if, for instance, I'm sitting uncomfortably now because I fucking am. I'm sitting like this so that my back doesn't pain more than what it is, right? So I'm literally sitting in the discomfort. But I know that if I give it a minute or two, it's going to eventually ease out. So, but naturally, I feel that when you have a moment of discomfort, you're immediately moving so that you can find comfort. But sitting in it is powerful, maybe. Yeah. It's painful.
Yeah, it's not lekker to sit with your
It's not
feelings.
lekker.
It's uncomfortable. It's like, I don't want to acknowledge these
But
things.
it's like, remember when I was a knitter? And for days I would bring my wool and I had to like thread it out because it was so all over the place. But it was so bad. There was wool everywhere.
It was.
But untangling that, and that's what I see it as. Now, this discomfort needs to be untangled or repositioned to find the clarity, like the starting and the ending and the middle and all of that.
Yes.
So yeah, actually go sit in your discomfort.
Go sit in it. Go stew in it.
I think you'll come back with
renewed sense of self and some awareness. And then our signing off quote: your nervous system will always prefer action over awareness, but self-food prefers noticing first and acting second. And that requires you to be quiet. So
see me now, quiet.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say.
Okay, listen, I really enjoyed that episode, episode. And I hope that, I don't know, that you found something of use here. I'm gonna go journal now because apparently I have homework.
Yeah, I also have homework. I'm gonna go do this now when I get home. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, rate. Send us an email to the skinnerbeckerpodcast@gmail.com. I haven't received the email in a while.
No, we got an email. Didn't you see it?
I didn't. Okay. To be fair, I haven't checked the email. I retract my earlier statement from 1 second ago.
Yeah.
Thank you for the email. I will go read it now. But send us another one, man. Be lekker. And if anyone does the journal, the reflection thing, if you've done it like in real time, where you said, you know what, I need to go reflect. I'm not gonna react. I'm gonna get back to you.
Yeah.
And if you went back to them, like I'd love to know.
Yeah.
If you decided to choose.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Again, thank you for listening, and we will see you very soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.